It's open, Anne!
Unhappiness is merely the most recently one of women's rights.
I don't need any more. I already have plenty.
The really important role that women serve as housewives is to buy more things for the house.
When I have some new kind of cleaning material, I get a real kick out of it, and I go through the
Detail accomplishment comes at a cost.
Ambitious.
What is happening to me?
And sparkle. The women who display
God
same
has
traits
shipwrecked
often pay a social
in an
penalty.
open boat on an endless sea.
What horizon will you find?
Leave me alone!
There is no refuge in this wreckage of a world.
So that was the prologue. My name is Sarah Wansley, I'm the director, and this is Kristin, Idaszak, the playwright. And we just wanted to tell you a little bit about both what you're going to see tonight and what the overall piece is. So I'll talk a little bit about the process, and then Kristin will tell you what happens in the first two-thirds of her play, because what you're going to see in a couple minutes is the last third quarter of the play. So this is a piece that Kristin wrote several years ago, and we've been working on together for a little while. And we became really interested in the idea of mediating the chorus of witches. So the play is an adaptation of Euripides' Medea, as Shirok mentioned, set with Medea as a 1950s housewife. And so we became really interested in these witches appearing through the kitchen, that the kitchen itself has actually come alive, and that these witches are suffocating her, are invading her world. And I think we've talked about the witches being both sort of the voices in her head as she starts to unravel towards the end of the play, but also the voices of women throughout history.
The play begins with her discovering that her husband has cheated on her, and she decides to plot revenge. Her husband tells her that Jason tells her that he's bringing over his boss, Creon, and his daughter for a dinner, and then
Virginia is
the name of the daughter. And then she further discovers that the aforementioned mistress is the boss's daughter, which really pisses her off. So what we just saw was sort of right after she's made that discovery, and she is starting to prepare for the dinner with the help of her friend, her neighbor from across the street, Anne.
And something that is established a little bit more clearly in the whole play, but just to help clue you in for this section, is that there are sections of the play where we're sort of in Maddie's dream world, and then there are sections of the play that are more realistically happening. And so we'll sort of go back and forth between those worlds, and those worlds kind of collide in this last section of the play.
So those of you who know Medea know that it is a light romp through extramarital affairs. So it's, of course, incredibly easy to drop into the last quarter of it. So thank you for going on this ride with us. So that's where we'll pick up.
We knew the world would not be the same.
Daddy, I've had to kill you. You died before I
A few
had
people
time.
laughed, a few people cried. Most people were silent.
What should I do? My courage is gone. Will my enemies go unpunished?
I remember a line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu was trying to persuade the prince to do his duty, so he took on his multi-armed form to impress him.
Every woman adores a fascist. The boots in the face, the brute heart of a brute like you.
The villagers never liked you. They're dancing and stamping on you.
I will not be the victim of my enemy's scorn. My hand will not falter.
Your heart is made of stone. Take on your multi-armed form, my daughter.
Daddy, you bastard. Come through. We're gonna bake this cake while we're eating dinner. Open the oven. I said open the oven. Turn on the gas.
upon a time, there was a house in the suburbs, and a witch who lived in the house, and kept a little girl who thought her life was a fairy tale. And once upon a time there was an oven, and once upon a time there was a man who thought he loved a woman, who thought she had a home. But it crumbled like gingerbread under her fingers. And once upon a time, there was an oven, and a fire, and an ending. And the ending is always death.
I am become death, the destroyer